we're going to talk about another topic. And we kind of touched on it the last session we had when we had Remy here, but the importance of the mirror. The importance of the mirror. I know I kind of touched on it a little bit how I view it last time, but how's important the mirror to you?
Man, so I think the mirror plays a big part, not just physically, right? But what is the word I'm thinking of? Even speaking about it, uh, um, I look in the physical mirror, but at the same time, even when the mirror is not present,
The internal.
yeah, the internal mirror. Like I said, I'm always having to do a self eval. Having to do a checkup. Every now and then I need a gut check. Because as much as I like to attach and put to myself, as somebody who works hard, every now and then, man, I mean, you know, every now and then, I need that little push and that little nudge,
Yeah.
every now and then I need that, like, hey, like you can do a lot better than what you've been doing. Every now and then I have to look at it like, man, why is this not, getting where I want it to be or happening the way that, that I want it to.
Yeah.
And the mirror plays a huge part in that. And then going back physically, actually looking in the mirror, the way that that plays out, how you're able to actually really hone in on technique and form, and you're actually getting to see what is working, what's moving, how it's stretching. Am I sitting up too high? Am I leaning back too far? The mirror plays such an essential part in your growth.
Yep.
Like say, man, that it just can't be. It's hard to point out anything else in the gym that plays as big of a role as what the mirror does, aside from the machines and movements themselves. But
Yeah, and that's what it's very. Why do you think gyms have mirrors? You know, you go to any gym and they got mirrors. Why? So you can look at yourself, you can look at your form, you can evaluate how you're doing a specific movement. You know, whether if you're getting in the right range of motion, stretch, contraction, if the muscle's actually working. You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing curls and all I see is my shoulder flexing, I'm doing something wrong, right? But then, especially when you're at home, hopefully you got a mirror at your house. You know, I got one. Going to the bathroom, and then you can evaluate and look at yourself and say, hey, especially if you're trying to tone up, you know, reduce inches, look a certain way. Well, the mirror will tell you where you're at.
all right,
The mirror tells you, I'm, trying to tighten up this area. Well, if you know you've been in the gym and you look and that area's starting to tighten up, well, hey, I've been doing whatever I've been doing in the gym is being effective. I know it's working. I'm progressing the right way. If you're not progressing the right way, you got to say, okay, what do I need to change in my diet? What do I need to change in my routine? What do I need to add more of? The mirror tells you all that, you know. And even like he said, whether it be mentally, like the Bible says, let every man examine himself. You have to take a self evaluation, you know. But the only thing is, you have to be it's honest with yourself.
yeah,
Don't think the mirror is lying. If you see something in the mirror that you don't like, it ain't lying. Down, you got a place to where you can. I gotta fix this. So, the old basketball saying the ball don't lie. The mirror don't lie. If you see it, you're like, oh man, I didn't think I looked like that. Well, that's what you look like. Ain't no trick mirrors, hopefully. So, use it to your advantage. You know, take it. It's just you. Use that mirror to your advantage. That's why a lot of bodybuilders, after their workout sessions or whatever, man, what are they doing? Posing in the mirror, seeing how they're progressing, seeing the progress, seeing, what weaknesses they have, where their strengths are at, It's a tool. It's like a Swiss Army knife, man. It's whatever you need it to be at the time.
hey, the mirror, just like life, man, can really open up your eyes. Because like I say, just like in life, you can think you doing better, or you think you look better than what you really are till you actually do look in the mirror, right? You could be under the impression that you're doing something, and then you actually take that look and like, okay, hold up, something got to change,
Yeah.
something got to move. And I know me personally, I am that guy who likes taking the shirt off. I know. Like I said,
Every time.
and everybody, I believe, first, first thought is, it's always like as though it's a vanity thing, which, you got to look in the mirror for that too. But ultimately, man, I want to know, everything, I want to see as much as what I can, I want to go, deep into like just, man, I want to go deep into knowing like that my form is as good as what I can get it, like, and it takes that look, takes that self-eval to really know that.
No, I mean, that just is what it is, I know I make fun of Deck a lot taking the shirt off, Every time we do a video, Deck gotta take his shirt off. But you know what? I understand what he's doing. I understand the whys and the wins of what he do. I ain't in shirt take off shape yet. I on my own. But
Hey,
but that's the thing. The progression of where you are want to be, and I'm just not. I don't take my shirt off, but it's still, like I said, it's the evaluation of self on how you can improve or what your strengths or weaknesses are. So use your mirrors. I don't know how else we can